Hi, good morning. This is Scott. Welcome to the meditation live stream. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Saturday. And here on my channel, we're working with meditation, but in the lens of awareness through the different dimensions of our being, different domains, you might say, or parts of ourself, our body, our emotion, our mind, our relationships. And this is sort of the stack of well-being. And in order to be well, we need to work with well-being and to become kind of connected more and more to these different aspects of ourselves helps us make better decisions and therefore greater wholeness or wholesomeness and wellness as a result. So here on my channel we do that, but I like to do a brief talk first, and we'll get into that guided practice. On Saturday I like to go a little deeper, do a longer meditation. We'll go for 50 minutes today, and so there's a lot of change in the world right now, and so we need a kind of interdependence to understand things. Interdependence means that we are not separate, and those of us that are sensitive to things that are happening in the world, we have a kind of feedback loop, either energetically, emotionally, both, with that which is happening in the world. But we have to remember that interdependence is not separate. So like our practice of regulation, getting into kind of like a green zone as opposed to being activated and kind of red or shut down, kind of blue like ice, we get kind of like this feedback loop. And it matters because the work that we do here ripples out and impacts the world, even in a small way. And this is useful because the more people that practice awareness, the more it becomes a cosmic groove or a cosmic habit that people just kind of like, most people take care of their hygiene, for the example, they bathe every day, and they take care of their healthy eating habits and their exercise and their diet and so on and so forth. But in order to kind of incorporate this awareness into that, we need more people, I think, to be willing to consider awareness as a kind of spiritual hygiene, a kind of something that you do every day to tune up and get more fit spiritually, so to speak. And I think, if that integrates into the culture a little bit more, we would have a very different kind of way of relating to that which is occurring in the world. Hopefully a more healthy media ecosystem. And I kind of liken it over these past few days to driving, like the metaphor of being in your vehicle, but people are not driving they're driving in a very frantic or dangerous way. And the thing you have to ask yourself is, if these people were more aware while they're driving, I think we would have a very different kind of driving experience, because we would understand, the more aware we are, our own driving actions, how they impact others on the road. And so you can think of it that way, I think, is a good way to talk about it. So, welcome. If you've just joined, we'll begin now with a protection practice, making sure that your feet are crossed at the ankles, and you can cross your hands up into your chest like this, and on the in-breath, breathing in through your nose and then out through your mouth. this is a great Donna Eden technique for crossing the energy body through your nervous system and then releasing. You can sort of feel it building up into your hands. Very good. We'll do 3 more. Great. And coming out of that and flicking the built up energy out of your hands away from your body, from your energy field. Great. And then now, bringing your hands in prayer position, and with your eyes gently closed, you can repeat after me out loud or silently if you like. I release all energies, thoughts, emotions, intentions, and frequencies that are not mine back to Source. I release all thoughts, emotions, energies, intentions, and frequencies that are not mine back to the Source. Very good, and then from here we'll begin practice. So with your eyes still gently closed, gently placing your attention on your physical body and your body sensations. You can feel your body is tingling and pulsing, subtle movement. You can feel your body's temperature, the sense of aliveness and presence. You can feel your body's contact with the earth underneath you, your connection with the planet. And we can begin together the practice of feeling and softening. On the in-breath, feeling your body. And then on the out-breath, softening, melting down through your body and into the earth. And the softening and the melting can be kind of like this healing light or this healing honey that as it travels down through your body, it collects all the impurities and cleanses, heals, purifies, and makes whole as it travels down through your body and into the earth, where the earth receives that energy and transforms and recycles it. with each cycle of breath, you get a little bit closer to your body, and you just get a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter, and you melt a little bit deeper into the earth on the out breath. If you like, you can add in a pause at the end of the out breath between the next in breath. So just to understand, on the in breath, feeling your body. On the out breath, softening, melting down through your body into the earth. And then at the end of the out breath, you can pause. Just notice the stillness, sort of kind of tuning into listening in the pause, and then proceed to have the next in breath. Feeling and softening is a very useful technique in times of stress or overwhelm. You can always come back to feeling and softening your body. Say you're waiting in a line or in a situation where you kind of have to wait, or right before bed, before sleep, or here, like in meditation, you can always return to your body, feeling and softening into the earth. Very good. And then bringing your attention up now into your heart, the center of your chest. You can imagine as though you're breathing directly in and then out of your heart. And on the in-breath, feeling your heart. And then on the out-breath, softening and expanding your heart. Coming in contact with your emotions, you can notice what's present for you emotionally right now without trying to fix or change or get rid of your emotions. Just letting yourself feel a little bit in the shared space. You could be feeling any of the 5 main cardinal emotions, like points on a compass, giving your life direction. You could be feeling anger, sadness, fear, joy, or shame. You could also be feeling numb, which is another valid emotional experience. And just allowing yourself to notice what it is you're feeling right now together. Very good. And then you can practice the pause. So on the in-breath, feeling your heart space. Out-breath, softening, expanding your heart. And then at the end of the out-breath, you can pause and notice the warmth, the natural warmth and tenderness in the vast open field of your heart. Beautiful. And then now you can bring your attention up into your head. And then on the in-breath, feeling your head. And then on the out-breath, softening in and around your skull. You can, if you like, breathe into your third eye space between your eyebrows. Or your crown, the top of your head, whichever feels correct for you. And just feeling and softening in and around your head. Fantastic. And then coming in contact with your thoughts, you can notice how busy or active your mind is. And just learning to remain disengaged or uninvolved with thinking, allowing your thoughts to come and go. And if you do notice that you've become actively in a thought, you can always return, coming back to feeling your body, feeling your spine, feeling your body's connection with the planet for grounding and anchoring. Very useful technique or remedy to overthinking. We often tend to overthink rather than, and because of underfeeling. And so it's useful to come back to and return to presence and anchoring. Very good. And from here we can practice the pause like we've been doing. On the in-breath, feeling your head. Out-breath, softening in and around your skull. And at the end of the out-breath, you can pause. And it's almost as though your whole entire head disappears in the pause, and the vast open sky rests in your head's place gently on your shoulders. Wonderful. And then from here, we'll practice the next technique known as tree breath. And tree breath is a sort of a fun technique. And it's almost like pretending that you're a tree. And your body is sort of like the trunk, and your head, top of your head, your arms are like leaves or branches. And the bottom half of your body is sort of like the roots that go deep into the earth. And so you just practice like a tree breathing. So on the in-breath is like breathing up through your roots, all the way up into your branches. And then on the out-breath, sensing and feeling back down and into the earth. So sensing and feeling up on the in-breath, all the way to the tips of every leaf on your tree, and then back down your body on the out-breath, feeling back down, and then into your roots, into the earth. You can imagine as though you're like a tree, and if you'd like, you can imagine drawing up water through your roots, and then in the out-breath back down, feeling the warmth and the light of the sun sort of moving through your whole being, energizing the process of life and growth. from here we can gently open our eyes, gently opening our eyes, keeping your eyes soft. We can take a couple of moments together to appreciate the work we did with our eyes closed. And from here we'll practice in the relational space, the space of outside and inside. And every relationship has these components, an outside and an inside part. And it's very useful to practice feeling into these spaces. So in the in-breath, feeling all around you, outside you. And then on the out-breath, feeling inside you. Just practicing, noticing the distinction, feeling outside on the in-breath, and then back inside on the out-breath. And it could be very useful to look at something that Mother Nature made, like a landscape or a tree or something, not like a screen or something like this during this part, due to the principles of resonance, that because we're all made out of the planet, when we look at things that are more planet-oriented, we tend to get into a kind of harmony with Mother Nature. A beautiful thing. On the in-breath, feeling outside you. And then on the out-breath, back inside. Very good. And if you notice tension coming back in or creeping into the practice, it's up to you to feel and then soften. Sometimes this can happen, just noticing where the tension is and just feeling and then softening a little bit on the out-breath. And then working back into, on the in-breath, feeling around you. And then on the out-breath, feeling inside you. Very good. And then from here we can practice the qualities. So qualities are like feeling states. And they are love, compassion, gratitude, forgiveness. You can pick one or two or three or all four if you like. And you just practice sending and receiving the qualities. On the in-breath, feeling love, compassion, gratitude, forgiveness around you. And then on the out-breath, love, compassion, gratitude, forgiveness towards yourself. Just practice offering up qualities on the in-breath and then absorbing them on the out-breath. And sometimes it's easier to send rather than receive, or sometimes it's easier to receive rather than send. And just noticing what it's like for you and being mindful of tension in your physical body on the in-breath, feeling and softening on the out-breath. And just practice a little bit more sending love, compassion, gratitude, forgiveness on the in-breath, and then receiving love, compassion, gratitude, forgiveness on the out-breath. Great, and then from here we can set our intentions and our prayers for the day. I'll be quiet. You could do yours first. May this work that we do transform our life, offering up healing and blessings, and ripple out into the community to transform culture and our systems. Amen. Beautiful. Thank you so much for spending time with me today and meditating. Every work effort that we put in matters and ripples out. Feel free to like and subscribe. I'm not really sure what the YouTube algorithm knows what to do with me. Anyway, have a beautiful day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.